Chosen one, this message is not a coincidence. It is a sign. You have been betrayed, hurt, and abandoned. People have mistreated you, taken advantage of your kindness, and cast you aside as if you were nothing. But God has seen it all. He has counted every tear you have shed, and He has recorded every wrong done against you. Now, the time has come. Their nightmare begins. The people who thought they could walk all over you, who whispered lies about you, who sought to see you fail, they are about to witness the power of divine justice. God is stepping in, and the weight of their actions will come crashing down upon them. This is not about revenge. This is about restoration. This is about the truth being revealed. This is about God proving that He never abandoned you. Chosen one, do not ignore this message. What you are about to hear is life-changing. Chosen one, they thought they could break you. They thought you would stay down forever. They laughed while you suffered, believing that their cruelty had destroyed your spirit. They whispered behind your back, crafting lies to turn others against you. They took from you your joy, your peace, your opportunities, without a second thought. They made you question your worth, filling your life with obstacles and betrayals. But what they failed to realize is this: you were never alone. They assumed that no one saw what they did. They believed their actions would go unpunished, that their words would never come back to haunt them. But God saw everything. Every manipulation, every moment of deception, every hidden scheme. He was watching. And now, the time has come. This is not just a season of change. This is a divine reckoning. The very same people who plotted against you, who mocked your pain, who thought they had won, they are about to face the full weight of God's justice. God does not turn a blind eye to evil. He is not mocked. When His children cry out, He answers. When the righteous are mistreated, He steps in. And right now, He is moving on your behalf. Everything they took will be restored. Every lie they spoke will return to them as truth is revealed. Every moment they rejoiced in your suffering will be replaced with a season of deep regret and anguish. What they did in the dark will be exposed in the light. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Galatians 6 verse 7. They laughed at your struggles, but soon they will cry for mercy. They thought they were untouchable, but they were only delaying the inevitable. The storm they tried to bring into your life is now circling back to them, stronger than they ever imagined. And you, chosen one, will rise. Your suffering was not for nothing. Your tears were not wasted. Every painful night, every betrayal, every moment of hardship, God has stored it all. And now, He is turning your story around. The very things they used to harm you will be the stepping stones for your elevation. The tables are turning, and their nightmare is beginning. Now, ask yourself, are you ready to see what God is about to do? Because this is not just a shift. It is a divine move that will shake the very foundations of their world. Chosen one, you were never meant to stay in the valley of suffering. The trials you endured, the betrayals you faced, and the storms that tried to drown you, they were never meant to destroy you. They were shaping you, refining you, preparing you for something greater. But those who sought to harm you, they had no idea what they were doing. They thought they had the power to ruin your life. They believed they could keep you trapped in darkness, burdened by the weight of their deceit. They worked in secret, whispering behind closed doors, convinced that their schemes would go unnoticed. But what they did not realize is this: you are chosen. and the chosen ones are never left forsaken. God has been watching. Every betrayal, every false accusation, every time they smiled in your face while stabbing you in the back, every time they used your kindness against you, thinking you were weak, every sleepless night you endured because of their cruelty, God was there. He heard the prayers you whispered in the quiet of your suffering. He saw the way you held on to your faith, even when everything seemed lost. And now, He is answering. The time of reckoning has come. The people who tried to break you are about to experience something they never expected. The same pit they dug for you, they will fall into it. The storm they sent your way, it will return to them, stronger and more destructive than they could have ever imagined. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them. Proverbs 26 verse 27. God is not just restoring you. He is making a statement. You see, your enemies thought they could touch you without consequence. They thought that because justice did not come swiftly, it would never come at all. But God's timing is perfect. He moves when the moment is right. And now, that moment is here. The very people who laughed at your pain will soon be begging for mercy. The ones who took from you will find themselves losing everything. They built their lives on deception, on cruelty, on selfish ambition. But now, their foundation is crumbling. Everything they valued, everything they held dear, is slipping through their fingers. And you are rising. You are stepping into a season of victory, of abundance, of divine favor. The same people who tried to silence you will be forced to watch as you walk into everything God has for you. They will see the doors open for you. They will watch as the blessings pour into your life, unable to stop what God has already ordained. But make no mistake, this is only the beginning. Their nightmare is just starting, and you, chosen one, are about to witness the power of divine justice. The world has a way of convincing people that they can escape the consequences of their actions. They believe that because judgment does not come immediately, it will never come at all. But what they fail to understand is that God's justice is never rushed, yet it is always perfect. The ones who tried to bring you down, they thought they had won. They watched as you struggled, as you suffered in silence, and they felt no remorse. They convinced themselves that they were untouchable, that their wickedness would remain hidden forever. But they forgot something crucial. God sees everything. What they did in the dark is being exposed to the light. Those who gossiped about you, who spread lies to tarnish your name, will soon find their own reputations in ruins. Those who stole from you, whether it was your joy, your trust, your opportunities, they will be stripped of what they hold dear. The whispers they used to destroy you will turn into cries for help. The very people who once mocked you, who ridiculed your faith, will find themselves in a storm they cannot escape. They will try to hold on to what they have, but God is removing His hand of protection from their lives. And without Him, everything they built on deceit and manipulation will crumble. This is not punishment for the sake of suffering. This is a lesson. God is not just proving a point. He is demonstrating His justice. He is showing them what happens when they attempt to harm someone He has chosen, someone He has set apart for greater things. They had their chance to repent, to change, to correct their mistakes. But instead, they took your kindness for weakness. Now, they are learning the truth. They are learning that you were never alone in your battles. They are learning that every tear you cried was counted, every heartbreak you endured was seen, and every injustice against you was recorded. And now, The time has come for them to reap what they have sown. But you, chosen one, do not lower yourself to their level. Do not let bitterness take root in your heart. Do not seek revenge. You do not need to, because God is handling it for you. Instead, stand firm in your faith. Keep your spirit pure, and keep walking the path that has been laid before you. Because while their nightmare begins, your breakthrough is already here. And soon, you will realize that every battle, every hardship, and every betrayal was only pushing you closer to your destiny. There is a moment in life when everything shifts, when the weight of past suffering no longer holds you down, but instead pushes you forward. You are stepping into that moment right now. The ones who hurt you believed they could write your story, that they could dictate your fate with their actions, their lies, their schemes. They saw your struggles and assumed that you were finished. They thought you were defeated. But what they did not understand is that God was never finished with you. Every challenge you faced, every tear you shed, every betrayal you endured, it was all preparation. While they were busy plotting against you, God was building you up. While they tried to take away your joy, your peace, your opportunities, God was storing up greater blessings for you. They thought they had buried you, but they did not realize that you were a seed. And now, you are about to rise. But while your life moves forward, theirs is beginning to fall apart. The hands that worked against you are now empty. The voices that spoke against you are now silent. The same people who mocked you, belittled you, and made you feel like you were nothing are now watching as you step into your divine favor. They can no longer ignore what is happening. They see that you are rising, that everything they tried to take from you is being restored. And for the first time, they feel the weight of their actions. They feel the emptiness, the fear, the regret, because they know, deep down, they know that they made the wrong choice. They chose to be against you when they could have supported you. They chose to tear you down when they could have lifted you up. And now, as you walk into the light, they are left in the shadows. They will try to make amends. They will come back, not because they truly cared, but because they want to escape the consequences of their actions. They will offer empty apologies, hoping that somehow they can erase the past. But you will know the truth. You will know that some apologies are not about true remorse, but about fear. Fear of what they are facing. Fear of the judgment they cannot escape. Fear of the reality they created for themselves. But chosen one, your heart is not one of vengeance. You do not need to wish for their suffering. You only need to continue walking in your purpose. Because their suffering is not your responsibility. Their downfall is not your victory. Your victory is in your rise. And that is exactly what is happening. You are no longer bound by what they did to you. You are free. The chains of betrayal, the weight of heartbreak, the burden of disappointment, they are all being lifted. You are being restored. You are being elevated. And they are now forced to watch from the sidelines as God's favor overflows in your life. There is something powerful about divine justice. It does not rush. It does not shout. It moves in silence, unfolding in ways no one can predict. But when it arrives, it cannot be ignored. For a long time, it seemed as if those who wronged you were winning. It looked like they had everything: success, influence, control. They laughed while you suffered. They moved forward while you were stuck. They spoke against you, and no one defended you. But God saw everything. And now, their time has come. What they did in the darkness is being exposed in the light. The lies they told are unraveling. The people who once stood with them are turning away. Everything they built on deception, manipulation, and selfishness is crumbling beneath them. Because you cannot destroy a chosen one and walk away unchanged. The same people who mocked your pain are now feeling it in their own lives. The ones who tried to break you are now breaking under the weight of their own actions. The betrayal they thought they got away with is now coming full circle. And they are afraid. They never expected this moment. They believed they were untouchable, that they could do whatever they wanted and never face consequences. But God has a way of making sure that every action is accounted for. And now, they are experiencing their own nightmare. They will look around and wonder, why is this happening to me? They will feel abandoned. They will feel lost. They will struggle in ways they never imagined. And for the first time, they will understand what it feels like to be in your position. But here's the difference, chosen one. You had God. Even in your darkest moments, you were never truly alone. You had divine protection. You had grace covering you. You had a future that was already secured in heaven. And that's why, no matter what they did, you could not be destroyed. But they have no protection from what is coming. The same doors that once opened for them are now closing. The same people who once celebrated them are now turning away. The success they thought they secured is slipping through their fingers. And they cannot stop it. Because this is divine justice. And here is where the real pain begins for them. Watching you rise. They were certain you would fail. They thought you would be broken forever. But now, as you step into your blessings, they see the truth. They realize they were never in control. Their power over you was always an illusion, because God was always with you. And now, they are the ones who feel powerless. They will try to reach out. They will try to make things right. But not because they truly regret their actions. No, they will come back because they cannot stand watching you thrive. They will say, I didn't mean to hurt you. They will say, I was going through a hard time. They will say, I've changed. But chosen one, you must see through the deception. Because this is not about them. This is about you. You are no longer the person they hurt. You have grown. You have healed. You have stepped into the power God always intended for you. And now, nothing can hold you back. So do not waste your energy on their regret. Do not let their apologies distract you from the blessings God has placed before you. Keep moving forward. Because your life is just beginning. Chosen one, this is your defining moment. For so long, you were forced to sit in the shadows. You endured the pain of betrayal. You cried in silence, wondering when your season of suffering would end. You questioned why God allowed these things to happen to you. But now, the answer is clear. Every struggle, every tear, every disappointment was preparing you for this moment. God was not punishing you. He was protecting you. He was strengthening you for a life far greater than you imagined. He was removing the people who could not go where He is taking you. He was setting the stage for your rise, while your enemies unknowingly set the stage for their own downfall. And now, their nightmare has begun. They are watching you from afar, and they can't believe what they see. You are not broken. You are not begging for their approval. You are not stuck in the past. Instead, you are rising. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are walking in divine favor, and they cannot stop it. They will try to hold on to their pride, pretending they don't care. But behind closed doors, they are breaking down. The very things they took from you, peace, happiness, confidence, are now being stripped away from them. And now, they are the ones crying for mercy. They will ask for your forgiveness, hoping that if you accept them back, their suffering will end. They will look for ways to re-enter your life, believing that your blessings will somehow rub off on them. They will try to convince you that they have changed. But this is where your test begins. Do you go back? Do you allow them to walk through doors God never intended them to enter? Or do you finally step into your power, knowing that you no longer need them? Chosen one, hear this. You owe them nothing. Not your energy. Not your forgiveness. Not your time. The pain they caused you was not a mistake. It was a choice. A deliberate action meant to destroy you. They never expected you to survive, let alone thrive. But now, God is using their wickedness as a testimony to your strength. Your victory is not in proving them wrong. It's in proving yourself right. Right to trust in God's plan. Right to believe that your purpose was greater than the pain. Right to know that no weapon formed against you would prosper. So now, it's time to make a decision. Will you step into your blessings, unshaken by the cries of those who once laughed at your pain? Will you leave behind the past, walking boldly into the future God has promised you? Or will you be tempted to turn back, allowing those who hurt you to delay your destiny once again? The choice is yours. But hear this. God is not bringing you this far just to let you fall again. This is your season of abundance. This is your time to walk in divine favor. This is the moment where you finally break free. And those who hurt you, they will watch in silence as you rise, knowing that they can never follow you. Now is your time, chosen one. Move forward. The past is behind you. Chosen one, your story is not ending in pain. The suffering, the betrayal, the nights of silent tears, they were not the final chapter. They were just the beginning. Because right now, at this very moment, your destiny is unfolding. God has seen everything. The times you forgave when you should have walked away. The moments you held your tongue when you could have fought back. The prayers you whispered when you had every reason to give up. And now, He is rewarding you. This is your divine transformation. This is your moment to step into a new life filled with peace, prosperity, and power. No longer will you carry the weight of the past. No longer will you feel obligated to people who only wanted to drain you. No longer will you seek validation from those who never deserved you in the first place. You are walking into a season where you will be unrecognizable, not because you changed for them, but because God changed you for you. The people who hurt you, they will see it. They will witness your transformation with their own eyes, and it will haunt them, because the very thing they tried to take from you, your joy, your confidence, your future, is now being multiplied beyond their comprehension. And here's the most powerful part. You won't even care, because when God blesses you the way He is about to, you won't have time to look back. You'll be too busy moving forward. This is not about revenge. This is about redemption. God is not just giving you back what was stolen. He is giving you more. More peace. More abundance. More favor. And the best part, this time, no one can take it from you. So stand firm, chosen one. Walk boldly into the life God has prepared for you. The past is behind you, and your future is greater than anything you could have imagined. Now is your time. Now is your victory. Now is your new beginning. If this message speaks to your spirit, let me know in the comments. Have you felt the shift? Have you seen the signs? Share your testimony, because when God moves, His chosen ones will know. And if you're ready to embrace the life that was always meant for you, type, "I am ready" in the comments. Let the universe know that you are prepared for what's coming. Because, chosen one, this is just the beginning. Your rise is here. Your victory is now. And those who hurt you, they will never recover from the pain of losing someone like you.